guys, we are in the Hyundai Elantra N. I really like this thing. It's a lot of fun. We're in one of the safest spots here to do a run out. No driveways, no deer, at least in this little area here. It's just nice quarter-mile run out. We've got this thing in the dynamic mode here, which has been set up by Michael, the owner here, and we're gonna try to launch it. We've told the car 3,500 RPMs is where we launch it, and I'm actually also gonna hit this NGS button here, which should unlock a little bit more horsepower. We're talking about 286-ish horsepower from a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, front-wheel drive as well. So I'm gonna put my hands on it here. I'm gonna go ahead and undo. I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna go ahead and hold it down, and let's go. There we go. We've got Grin Shift for 11 more seconds. All right, that's 4th. All right, there you go. That's a run out through 4 gears, boys and girls. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm backing off now. I gotta say, this is a lot of good time. You know, I'm a big fan of hot hatches. I'm a big fan of hot sedans, which is what this is. And it's just a good time, you know? I mean, it's a great daily driver, but it's also a little bit of a freak in the sheets. It's got a little backfire. It's got some of the enthusiast DNA that we love. It's got a great dual clutch transmission. And I really think you guys are going to enjoy this review. So hope you like the whole long format, which is getting ready to start right now. Guys, welcome back to the Driven HQ. My name is Adam. I'm here with Mr. Michael. It's good to see you, my man. Thanks for bringing out the Elantra N. If you guys haven't been to the HQ before, this is my private garage here. So we've got the wet bar over here. We've got the mezzanine where we host the poker games and all that. And then, of course, we have some cars. We are talking about this thing right now. You probably saw the launch that we just did on a back road. Now, Michael, this thing is called Performance Blue, yeah?
Right, that's the color.
It's amazing how much it changes literally sitting in the garage than it does from outside. It looked so much more baby blue out there. Now it looks kind of more gray. It's kind of cool, right?
Yeah,
it's
a
good color.
Yeah,
and maybe it's because it's next to that blue car, I don't know, but it doesn't look as blue anymore. So, what is your thoughts about this thing? And I'd love for you to tell people kind of, you know, your buying process, because you had obviously a lot of options in this price range. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say a lot of options.
That's true.
I had some criteria. I had a Mustang Mach 1, 21. Loved the car. It was a manual. Everybody loves the manual. I got to a point where it was just hurting to drive.
Right.
So I wasn't having fun with it.
You were dailying it, right?
I don't really daily because I work from home, but I drive it every day. I go for a little drive, right. And it was just every time I went out, it was just pain. So it's just like I decided I was going to get an automatic. I want a car that I can track. I don't do a lot of track. I go, you know, about 4 or 5 times a year. Yep. And then I decided I'm not going to buy another expensive car, you know. So I wanted to get something under 40,000, which the 40,000, 5 above, 5 below. There's a few options. There's
sure.
there's the GR Toyotas,
yeah, you got
the
GR86.
86 and the Corolla.
Yep.
The Hondas got ruled out because they're manual only.
Right.
So I was looking at it, and I really liked the dual clutch in this one.
Yep.
It was under 40. I actually got it a little bit under sticker, and they gave me a very fair price for my car. And it's just like I pulled the trigger. And I'm really enjoying the car. It's a fun car to drive. And I'm surprised on how little I missed the Mustang.
Really?
And
you don't miss that Mustang, huh?
The only time, first time I did a cold start at this at my house, because it's an automatic, I can do it with the key fob.
Sure.
It started up, and I got sad.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the Mustang sounded good.
Yeah, the Mustang sounded good. It was faster, 480 horsepower,
yeah.
Right? But practicality, I mean,
yeah.
this thing has kind of got it all,
right? It's, you know, better gas mileage, of course.
Yeah,
but it's just,
30 on the highway, 20.
Like coming down here, and I do kind of a little bit spirited. I got 30.
30, wow.
You know, so
I mean,
and I think
on it all day, it's what, 25 maybe. Not
yeah,
too bad.
yeah, and I think if you're on the track, I think you're going to get in the 20-ish.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
which because one of the knocks that a lot of people have is how small of a gas tank this has. But
Is that right? What is the size?
It's 14 gallons, which the Mustang had 15. But the Mustang, if I filled it up, I got at best 200 miles. This gets 300 miles.
Yeah.
You know, so it's.
Yeah, but they could have gone with a 17 gallon. I mean,
And,
you know, you don't have to fill it all the way up. It's not
right,
to have, right?
right, and it's so this kind of checked all the boxes,
Sure.
and it's a fun car. And the other thing is, my wife wants to try a track day. She can't drive a manual. She has no desire to learn how to drive a manual.
Sure.
And the Mustang as your first manual is not the way to go.
Yeah.
So she's gonna, so in November she's gonna, she's gonna be on track with me.
Absolutely.
So
I will tell you guys. I mean, I did a full POV drive. We launched this thing. I mean, 8-speed, dual clutch, great transmission.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty spicy on some of the backfires and some of the burble tune they programmed in, right? Pretty darn good torque. Pretty darn good pickup and daily driving just characteristics.
Yeah,
Low end torque. When you're not in dynamic mode, it felt good, right? Nice and easy to daily. So, yeah, I mean, as far as a good power plant, I don't know the reliability on these things with that much power, but I mean, if they last 300,000 miles, it's hard to beat. I mean,
it seems, because the Hyundai, Hyundai and this engine has kind of bad rap, bad history. But
does it?
I think they fix it. But I'm not hearing.
You can see the turbos right here, guys, in the back. So
I'm not hearing too many people having issues with this engine, especially if it's not tuned.
Okay.
They tend to last.
I bet you if you put the boost pressure up to 25 or 30 pounds, you're going to cause issues.
People are adding 100 horsepower to this engine.
Just with a tune.
Yeah, with the tune and a few, like pipes and like different things.
Probably a downpipe and an intake and then a tune. You're pushing now 23 foot-pounds, which makes a huge difference. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this thing was running 19 with the NGS button.
Yeah, it's. Is
that right?
I think with that one, it goes a little bit over. Like normally, if it's Octane learned, it'll go up to 19.
This thing is designed for premium, but you can run regular.
You can run.
But then it has to learn.
Right.
And that takes a little while.
Every time you fill up the car, basically it assumes you have lower octane, and it reduces the boost. Okay. And you have to do 5+ minutes of driving in 8th gear at 68 miles an hour to like 90 miles an hour. Really? In that window, you have to just drive without going outside that window, and it learns that you have 91 or 93 octane in it, and it gives you a little bit more boost.
That's only if you put 87 in it, or
no,
that's default?
If you fill up if you keep.
That's annoying. So every time you fill up, it's re-registered.
It's one knock that everybody has on this car, and I kind of agree.
That is kind of odd.
Yeah,
because if you just want to go to the gas, like if you're at the track, you go to the track, you fill it up, you go on the track, you wouldn't have your full power until you've done at least one or two laps.
Right. So it's almost like if I'm in Nashville, it's like, okay, well, do I go ahead and drive up to Costco, fill up, and then that way, by the time I'm back at the track, it's octane learned, because
that's the only option you have.
Yeah.
I want to take a look at some of the practical natures of this vehicle. So really, the interior, I wouldn't say it's a knock, to be honest with you, for the price point. I mean, you have some Alcantara here, right? But yeah, you do get a little bit of like economy plastic, plastic trim. You get the kind of whatever this material is, right? The hood is. But the seats are great, guys. You can see here they've got cutouts for your shoulder harnesses, and then you can see here you get really practical back seats. You still get the Alcantara in the center. You get a nice stitch line here, and let me move this over just for a second, Michael. I want to sit in here. So, I'm in the car, guys. This seat is back pretty far, and you can see here that I've got a good 3-4 inches. So this is a really practical car for taking some friends out. And then I'll show you just one other thing. You also get 2 USB-Cs back here, and you get a light, and then of course you do have the sunroof in here as well. Hey, Michael, can you open the sunroof? I think it'll let a little more light in. And then also notice back here, you do see the interior light, which I didn't even notice on our drive, man. So that's fun. That the sunroof is only included on the DCT package?
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
I guess it doesn't. I don't know if you want me to start the car and open it.
No, that's fine. Just turn it on. It should open then, for sure.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so you can just open it, or you can go all the way. There you go. And it's got a wind deflector too. Cool. That's nice to have. Real quick before I hop in, I mean, take a look at the seat. Real cool, sporty seat. Decent side bolsters here as well. You have the ability to adjust your lumbar here, the agility to adjust your height. All manual though. You can see here you've got a couple things on the front. And then as we come in to the car, you've got double TFT screens here and here. You can see it's flashing because we've got the hood open here. I wanted to point out for a second the steering wheel. This thing is really nice, guys. You have these N buttons. These are kind of like your BMW M buttons, but they call them N. And so you can click here and this goes into your different modes. This is your NGS button. We used this when we launched it. You may have seen or heard about that. This gives you a little extra boost pressure for 20 seconds, and it's pretty noticeable. We actually have a clip that if you watch our POV drive or already may have seen it, but this when we went to 840, it actually skirted the wheels a little bit from first to second, so it gave it that much extra power in that turn. But overall, really cool cockpit. I just like the way it looks from a first impression. I love the steering wheel. You got the paddles here. It's just really comfortable. I like the way it looks. I like the way it's designed. It's really nice. And then I kind of dig all of this. The way this kind of waterfall effect here, as it kind of wraps all the way around and through. It's very GT, very motorsports. I like that you have a place for your phone here. I assume this charges as well, right?
It does.
Talk a little bit about the technology in the car. So there's a lot of stuff going on here, I think you'll admit.
Yeah, it's
maybe even a little overwhelming, it sounded like in our drive.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is, like, there's a lot of screens. Of course, you have Apple CarPlay.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's just kind of like the normal thing. But the one thing that they have is this N mode. Has a lot of kind of like your sport gauges, you know, for on the track, torque, power,
yep.
Turbo. But what's really great, I love this, the brake pressure and the throttle pressure. It's just kind of cool to see how much you're doing.
Yeah, and the G-force meter is so sexy in this car. I mean, it looks better than even Porsches.
And then, like what I was saying is, like, if you want to change this out,
oh, fun!
You can
drag other options.
If I can.
There
we
wow.
go. And then this.
Oh, that's your circuit layout. How
okay, back. And then. It's
no
got
S.
like,
look at
you
that.
know, so it's got.
Will it actually telemetrically track?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
But like the one thing that I can't
That's
find
super cool.
is can you get the information off the car? And I'm not.
Because there's no front camera and it's not recording.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So
So
it doesn't have data telemetry recording like the C8 and stuff does.
And when I'm on track, you know, like I've got track apps
Man, I
on
didn't
my
realize
phone.
that track was 3.147. That's a long track.
I love that track.
Yeah, it is one of the best tracks. Probably the track that I've personally gone to most. Well, very cool. What else? How about the sound system? How about all the other creature comforts with this thing?
It's a Bose system. I am not the best person to evaluate it. It's always going to be good enough for me.
Okay.
And I think it's maybe a little bit better than average.
Yeah.
You know, like once again, everything has to be compared to a sub $40,000 car.
Sure.
I think as long as you keep that in mind, you overlook there's some, you know, the cheap plastic.
Right.
But everything's comfortable. Everything's well designed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cars. I think it's Toyotas. Like this sticks up really high.
Yep.
I find this is a little bit less intrusive.
Well, the one thing you did say on our point of view drive that we did earlier was you love the fact that you have a lot of buttons and physical touch points, so you don't have to interact with the screen all that much, really. Which, let's be realistic. I have a Tesla. That's my daily. I mean, I would die to have some of this. I mean, the whole idea of doing everything through the screen is great. But in some days, it's kind of suck.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like eating, you know, and you like have like sticky fingers
Yeah,
or whatever. Like,
yeah.
You don't want to be touching a screen.
And it's yeah, and like, you know, I know a lot of cars are going to where you have to change, you know, temperature and fans on a screen, and it's 3 or 4 touches to get to them.
Yep.
And then it's just not as, you know, I mean, that's what you want to be able to do and turn it up. So
I agree.
I really like that about the car. And you know, and there's a like you can change
this. So
all
what he's
of
talking
these.
about is your N mode.
Yes.
So this is how you can
Right.
adjust it.
And what a lot of people get tripped up with, like if you're changing custom 1 here, you're not actually enabling it. You're just doing the settings.
Okay.
So you have to go to that on your car. So you have custom 1, custom 2, and then you have just regular N mode.
So when we were in this mode here, we were full exhaust sound. Okay.
Right.
It
And
appears.
it's
Oh wait, that was custom 1. I wonder if
Yeah.
custom. Oh, let me go back. Yeah. So either way, it was full.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
you know, so you can soften the suspension, you can soften the steering. The limited slip differential, you can make it, you know.
Yeah. And I love this whole like LED. I didn't even notice this when we were driving. So only coming into the garage do I notice it with the light difference. So that's
and you
a
can
fun feature.
you can change the color.
I imagine you could.
Yep. You know,
and it doesn't carry through the back at all, guys. It's literally just this line right here, and it doesn't even carry through the doors. Like they could have carried it here, but they didn't. But you can see here again. I mean, this is the Bose right here, but you can see they've got a couple of little extra, you know, styling in the Alcantara, and it's a cool place to be. What do you want me to say? I mean, I love the steering wheel. I think this is the thing that I'm most impressed with from the interior. It just feels really good, really GT. It reminds me of a 911 steering wheel. It reminds me of the previous generation 911 steering wheel. The 991.1 Turbo S that I reviewed had a bunch of buttons, and it had the same type of look and design and feeling. And I think they might have modeled a little bit after BMW, because this does remind me of my M6 to a T. Like my M6 had a lot of this, but the fact that they gave you this little red button here with this kick out, and just, I mean, so many physical buttons, guys. Like, good lord, there's a lot going on.
It definitely took me a little time to like get my way around the car. And just you know, just a side note, that button, it's called the N Grin Shift button. It's ridiculous. It's so immature, a lot of the stuff. But like that's only on the DCT also.
Oh, you don't get this on the manual.
You don't get it on the manual, and on the manual that button is the rev match button.
Oh wow.
So
okay, so that's something I didn't know.
Yeah.
And you do have a couple of cup holders here, guys. You do have some kind of like black piano trim here that's probably great for fingerprints.
Yeah.
You do have some storage here. Is it okay to open this? So you got some extra storage here as well. So, you know, very practical. I mean, this has like a nice kind of suede feeling, kind of leatherish feeling, so it's not too plasticky here. This is plastic though. So the material is different from here, here, and here than it is to here, which is nice because this is where you put your touch. So they put leather here. They made this plastic though. So again, they picked and choose their battles with the materials, right? I mean, this has that plastic feeling. It's not carbon fiber. It's not they could have gone with the black piano trim all the way through here, but they didn't, right? They carried it right through here and here, but not here, and not here. So it's just interesting how they picked and choose their battles to keep the price point down and make a little bit of profit. It does look like you see here, you've got a USB-C of 2 of them actually. You also have a 12 volt down here, which is nice.
That's like the wide one. What's that, an A?
Oh, is that a? Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
and
no,
this
USB.
This is the only one that goes to Apple CarPlay. That's a charge only.
Okay, so you do have your CarPlay hookups here with your USB-C. $37,000.
Right.
And let's be realistic. In today's day and age, Michael, right? $37,000 is like $25,000 back, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's a different category of car. They still are going for affordability, but you get a little bit of enthusiast fun with the engine. You get a little bit of enthusiast technology. You definitely get an enthusiast wheel. This thing is enthusiast all day long. I love it. So overall, I think there's a lot going on.
Yeah,
There's a lot to like.
I mean, like even the Mustang 4-cylinder, you can get it for about the same. It starts off at the same price, but to get the premium trim, you're over $40,000 in that car. Also.
Oh hell, your Mach 1 was what, 58, 60?
It was 60. It was 60.
And then at the time they wanted overs. I remember that.
You can't even get like the high end GTs now are more expensive than that car. The Dark Horse if you and especially if you get the handling pack,
It's probably
you're I think you're over $80,000
for a flipping Mustang.
You know,
I mean, don't get me wrong, the Mustang's a wonderful product, but you know that was a 350R not long ago.
Yeah,
that's what you.
Yeah,
you know, and even that was lower MSRP, so it was crazy.
And that's where the GT500 started.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I mean, it's just like.
Yeah, I mean, is it the value of money's gone down or the value of that car's gone up? I don't know.
Yeah.
I will say, I wanted to point this out. Look at this, guys.
It does glow.
That is really cool. I just noticed that. You see that? That's it's got like a little N in the back seat, and yeah, it's in mine too. Look at that. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
You know, again, they pick and choose their battles with the interior, but from a first impression, and if I had to live with this thing every day like you're about to, I'd give it really high marks. And I would give it high marks because of the physical buttons. Yeah. That is so nice. And it's such a dying thing.
And it's
so sad.
Like you said, it's a fun car to drive. You know, the same thing is the exterior, if you start looking at like fitment, it's definitely, you like the hood doesn't line up very well. The trunk doesn't line. Well, the same thing. My Mustang didn't either. You know, like it's harder and harder, and it's just like, you know, it's one of those things you look at it and you go, oh man, that's it. But it doesn't matter.
No, I mean, you know, again, if you're paying $200,000 for a car, it better be on point.
Yeah.
If you're paying $20,000 for a car, you can forgive a lot, right? You know, you want more reliability and creature comforts and technology and things like that, and this thing gives you all that, I think, in spades. And I will say, guys, if you didn't know, this thing has a really good warranty. You get I think a 4-year, 60,000 mile, or is it 5 years, 60,000 mile?
Well, it's 5 year, 36,000 mile bumper to bumper.
Bumper to bumper.
Drivetrain, so engine, transmission, rear end, or not rear end, front end.
Yep, front end
is 10 years, 100,000.
So basically 100,000, and you get scheduled maintenance, no cost
3
maintenance
years,
for 3 years. It's like a Ferrari.
Yeah,
so that's awesome.
But it's really just oil change. I think it's 4 or 5 oil changes. Yeah, what they get, which is nice.
They didn't have to give you that.
No, and
every other company would have charged you.
Yeah, they're taking it away in 2026.
Really?
So all the new cars will not.
I mean,
have
think
that.
about it. That saved you though $200, probably $400 a year.
Yeah.
$400 a year, 2 oil changes a year if you drive a lot.
Yeah. He's on $200 oil changes.
Oh, are they not?
No.
I mean, where are they?
They're about $80, $90.
Really? That's all they're charging in Hyundai? Man, you go to Porsche, right?
That's all they charge.
$500.
That's all they charge it. Like Fords were like 120.
Oh my god!
And they had 10 quarts of oil.
Okay, fair enough. See, it shows you I'm into it. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, you're
all right, so saved you $200 a year, not $400. All right, excuse me.
But you know, I mean, it's nice.
Yeah. You know. So coming back into the exterior, guys. I mean, you've got some really. I mean, the only word I could really say is interesting styling. It's the design language of this car is not sensual, right? It's not like, it doesn't have a bunch of beautiful curves, right? It's kind of more on the Lexus side, you might say. Kind of everything's kind of more angular, right? And functional aero. You can see here you've got a wing. That is an actual wing. And it's got 3 points of connection. You've got blacked out badges. You got the N badge here. You got nice LED lights with some kind of cool design. But again, everything's very angular. I mean, look at these lights. They cut here, here, here. They've got multiple cut points on the design. That all cuts back into here and then cuts back down into this line here, which then cuts back down here and cuts here as well. It's a literal triangle shape. I don't know if you've noticed that. If you're not standing next to the car, you probably wouldn't pick that line up, which then cuts back here and then cuts again here. So a lot going on in the design of this thing. I mean, whoever designed this on a clay model clearly had some fun. And then again, that same kind of angular thought. I mean, look at this. You got two cut lines here. And then this comes back in here, integration with the lights. Look how they integrated the lights right through the front. You know, as far as you're saying build and overall design, it looks fine to me. I mean, from standing here.
And it does have functional ducts to the brakes.
Okay.
You know, so you got brake. So it's definitely been designed.
You got a big radiator under here, guys. See that?
It's been designed. It's been designed for the track.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like the wheels. The wheels look good. I love the brakes. Check out the big old N brakes. Now, these are 14.2 inches, so not the biggest brakes in the world. They're no carbon ceramic brakes, but in the end of the day, they felt great. They were progressive. I love the color they put on them. And I like the overall design of the wheel. You got these 4S tires, which are gonna be perfect for the road and the track. You're gonna love that. You can see here the N kind of carries all the way down here to the side. You know, it's not the worst looking car. I could see why you love it, and I could also see why you don't love it, you know? And this also just cracks me up. Like, how much does it cost to give a couple of hood struts? I mean, really, you know? Is it saving weight? I don't know. It's just one less thing that they could have done, you know?
That may be the first mod I do.
I know. Did you do it to the Mustang at the end
I
of the day?
I always put them on the Mustang.
Yeah, it's like $60,000, $55,000 car, whatever it was, and you don't have a hood strut. It just cracks me up. I just noticed too, they give you this little heat pad here on the top, so they obviously know that turbo makes a lot of heat. All right, guys, Michael is mic'd up with me. We are in the Elantra here coming out of my neighborhood, and I always like to start off with just kind of first impressions with the car as far as not going for it, not having a spirited drive, just general daily driving, which, let's be realistic, this is a daily driver. You know, this is not a dedicated track car. This is something you can get in, enjoy every day, which of course Michael does. And I want to just kind of talk about that from that point of view. So I will tell you, brakes are nice. Steering weight in regular mode, very nice. I love the low end torque that this engine gives you. I like the nature of the dual clutch. You can see we're already in 4th gear. Very easy to drive. 5th gear, we're doing 25, 28 miles an hour, right? Probably going to drop in 6th gear here in a second. I think you could easily get good fuel economy in this car. A lot of the reviewers were saying that you can get low 30s pretty easily with the highway cruising, but I'd say realistically you're probably going to get about 25. Of course, it all depends on how you drive it. If you're going to be banging it off the rev limiter, you're probably going to get low 20.
As soon as you fill it up, it detunes it, and the car has to go into what it calls Octane learning.
Oh, wow.
And you have to drive it for 5 or 10 minutes between 69 and like 89 miles an hour.
Interesting.
Steady. So you have to get on the freeway and just put it in cruise, and you have to be in like 8th gear, and then it will learn it, and it will give you the extra power, because it limits the boost to about 15 pounds before it's learned, and then after it's learned you get about 19.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
So it's the only car that I've ever seen that just doesn't do
it automatically.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, from a hello, really nice. I mean, the steering wheel feels great. I like the default weight. It's light, but it's not too light. It's kind of nice. I mean, I love the power. I love that we're in 7th gear and we're doing no RPMs. I love that it's quiet. I mean, checking all the daily driver boxes. I will tell you, it's a little hot today, guys. It's 86 right now, but it's not that it's hot, it's just humid. And I really wish this car did have the cooled seats, but it does have heated seats, so that's still nice. So at least in the wintertime, you're good. But I just think the seat is comfortable. I mean, I'm very comfortable. I'm a very big guy, got a large back, right, and big hips and all that. And yeah, I mean, they're not digging into me at all. But I feel like I feel like I can have a good time without sliding around, which is great. So kudos on the seat. If I want to go into a sportier drive, what do I got? This is your mode, right?
Hit the right N button.
So this is sport mode. This is track mode, basically. Is how you programmed it, essentially.
This is track mode. That's track mode plus.
Okay.
It takes off more of the stability control.
Okay.
And that's why
let's try this track mode plus. Let's have. Okay, so I got to hold it down, but it didn't do it. So they did it earlier, didn't they?
Yeah.
All right, let's try this one. No. Okay, that's D1. ESC customers, hold the button. Okay, I got it. Okay, so now this is track mode off. Okay. Now, if I want to go manual mode, do I slide this over here?
Push it to the left.
Okay, so we do that. So now this is all on me, right?
Right.
I got even a screen to watch here. Look at that, guys. Okay. All right, this is only going to be 610, guys, okay? Because we're still on public streets, but this is the middle of nowhere. And I know this road really well. So, full disclosure, I think it sounds great. Listen to that little thing, huh? I love it. You know it's a 4-cylinder, but it's got some character. Okay, it's got a little bit on the upshift of kind of a push when you shift, so that's fun. So it's kind of got like a little SVJ action going on. It kind of shoves you a smidge on full throttle shifts. You hear a little bit of a burble on the off. That's fun.
You can actually turn that up. I've got that cranked back a little bit.
You can turn that up if you want. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. I just heard it on that one. Okay, crank it up to full. Let's see what that sounds like. The downshift's great, guys. Like, the dual clutch does a really good job. Oh, this is fun. I can see why the reviewers of the world love this thing. Like, it's got power, but it's not crazy shove you back power, but it's fun power, you know? In a lot of ways, you're gonna have more fun in this thing than you're gonna have in some of these, 500 horsepower cars I keep reviewing, because you can actually enjoy the dang thing. A lot of these cars are just so capable. You have throttle in your, you're above the speed limit. This thing, I've full throttled it 3 times already, and yeah, I'm enjoying the drive. Oh, it's balanced. I mean, there's very little body roll in this particular mode, if any. The exhaust is fun, man. I know you guys never hear it the way we do. Oh, this is nice. I'm enjoying this. This is fun. A little hot hatch. How fun. I mean, it's front wheel drive, but in the end of the day, like, for this type of driving, you're not really aware of it. I mean, I can't wait till you get this on the track. I think you're going to have such a blast. Michael's one of the rare guys that'll actually do some track driving, and that's really where, if you want to get to 1010 on any car, you got to go. I mean, I'm not kidding, guys. This is taking it easy, right? But you get the idea. The backfire, it's just a little bit, but I bet you with the windows down, you're going to hear it a lot more, but you definitely hear that 4-cylinder engine, and it's tuned, guys. Like, for example, I've got my foot off the exhaust, and you can see here, it's not really slowing down the car at all. So it's tuned to just, get fuel economy and run out. So from that point of view, be mindful of that. And, some of these cars, you take your foot off the gas and you immediately start slowing down aggressively. But because the engine is still a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, right, it just doesn't have a lot of capability to do that. So you're not going to use a lot of engine deceleration, but hey, the brakes are great. More than keep up with this car. All right, guys, I wanted to try out this NGS button. And this is supposed to give you a little extra boost, a little extra horsepower. So we're just coming on to 840 here. I'm not going to go crazy, probably bring it up to like 80, 90, and then we'll just back off like normal. But yeah, let's try it out. So full throttle here, we're in automatic mode, and then I assume you just hold it down, or do you push it once?
You press it once.
So you push it once, and then you go?
You got 20, it will be on for 20 seconds.
Wow, it actually chirped. Okay. Dude, that changes it up quite a bit. We should have done the launch with that on. Yeah, for real. Okay. Wow. Okay. N shift mode, guys, is kind of a little bit of a game changer with this thing.
And now you can't use it for 40 seconds.
Wow, interesting. That is really interesting, guys. So it chirped. It literally had enough torque to, in the shift a second, actually cause a little bit of a tire screech. That's pretty interesting. Well, this is a great opportunity to talk about the highway noise, and I'm actually going to put this thing back in regular mode. So how do you do that?
Just drive mode down here.
Okay, so now this is back to regular mode. just curious how it cruises on the highway. It's pretty quiet. I mean, we could easily have a conversation. The suspension's great. Coming over these bumps on 840, soaks it right up. Cruise control, push that right there. One click cruise control, gotta love that. Some of these new cars, it's like an act of Congress. You gotta do 3-4 things to get it to go. Now I heard this does not have Distronic cruise, but I mean
adaptive cruise.
Yeah, Distronic or whatever I call it.
It's got like automatic, not automatic driving, but it
like
lane centering and then also lane turning.
Okay.
So I wish it didn't have that, and adaptive cruise control to me is the best thing ever.
So this won't self-drive in any way, though, right?
No, it'll keep in the lane, and it will turn.
It will turn.
It will turn, but it won't.
So how so that's the button to enable it. So okay,
yeah.
So now it's driving itself theoretically.
It's keeping in the lane.
Okay.
You know,
so
but
that's a great feature to have, though.
Yeah.
So this is built in as a default on all Hyundais now, or it must be, or at least this car.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. So do you use this on road trips? Because I sure would. I mean,
we will.
I mean, this is a game changer, right? Because I mean, you could go all the way down to like Florida, for example, and if this will do a good job of lane steering, then you can relax a little bit.
But it will
comes
ask
up with a message, right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Let's see what happens, guys. I did not know this feature existed on Hyundais. I'm so spoiled by Tesla, which just has full self-driving, right? Yeah, so it just popped up there on the right. You probably saw it. Now, it will not slow down, so it will run into this guy if I don't brake, correct?
Yes.
Okay, well, that takes a little getting used to. Now, I'm going to turn this off. Oh, this guy's being very nice. Man, you got a lot of torque. Even in regular mode, guys, when you give it the gas, like it's right there. It's really tuned well to have a lot of low-end torque, and I like that. I appreciate that feature. All right, back to lane steering here. So now I'm going to keep my foot on the fuel and just let it lane steer. Yeah, I mean, I really am spoiled by Tesla, and I know a lot of guys can't stand the electric cars, and I could give a crap about electric. I bought that car because it has 1,025 horsepower and drives me everywhere I want to go. And once you get used to that, it's really hard to go back, especially when you do a lot of city driving like I tend to do for work. You know, I drive down to Green Hills. I was in Green Hills yesterday. I mean, the traffic's everywhere. I don't want to drive if I don't have to, and I could just hit a destination and it goes. So having that feature, I just think that's a wonderful thing to have on all new cars. You know, guys, I've got the car in automatic mode. I just wanted to see what it does shifting itself, and it's really tuned well for spirited driving, but not annoyingly so, meaning it is upshifting, you know, around 3, 35, 4, not going all the way to the rev limiter each time, which I know can be a bit annoying. When okay, we're getting ready to take this right-hand turn here. It'll probably be dropping down to second, I would say. So that's fourth, third. All right, so it held third and let me power through it. Okay. But now you can see it's holding to 5, and then now it's back down to 3. So really good tuning there, you know, for good streetability, even in dynamic mode. So you don't always have to be doing the paddles, which I've demonstrated a few times already on these spirited drive, quote unquote. I will say the oil temp's going up. Now it's at 217. I mean, nothing crazy, but that's interesting. They give you all that fun enthusiast data. Do we have the ability to put it up here as well? I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
So you have another screen over here, which Michael's going to demonstrate for you in a second, which gives you a lot of other information. So turbo.
Yeah, and you can change out what's here to a certain level. They even have a few tracks that you can put up there, and MCM is NCN is one of them.
That's awesome. I mean, that's a really nice. They didn't have to do that, right? So they know their audience. They obviously designed and engineered this car for a certain class of guy, and you are that guy. And I am that guy too. You know what I mean? I am that guy. it's a fun car. I mean, it really drives well. It's balanced. It's just fun, guys. I mean, you know, I feel very comfortable, very confident in the car. I really like the brakes. It's got 6-piston brakes. They bite. They're not crazy bitey, but they're perfect. They're progressive. I love the engineering with the exhaust. It's got just a little bit of backfire, not too ostentatious, not gonna get your HOA calling you up on the phone, you know, complaining on a Saturday morning that you went to Cars and Coffee too early. Very, very well done, Hyundai. I gotta say, I think I get why a lot of the online reviewers have been very positive about this car. From just a hello, whether it's daily driving or having a little bit of fun like we're doing now at 610, it's fun. You know, it's got it where it counts. Every once in a while, you do get a really fun backfire too. Doesn't happen each time, I've noticed, but like 1 or 2 out of every, I don't know, 4 or 5 downshifts or let-offs, it kind of gives you a nice little backfire that sounds quite spicy. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. This is the conclusion. Please, if you found some value from this video, subscribe. We've got hundreds of reviews just like this, point of view drives, usually bringing in a local owner somewhere here in Nashville. This is where I live. And I'd love for you to check out some other content that we've done. Please like this video. It really helps the algorithm. Please share it with a friend who might be interested in buying one of these. I mean, I'm sure this video would help them in some regard, making comfortable and confident that they're gonna make a good investment purchase like Michael did. So I really appreciate you watching. I think this is a lot of fun. It's just fun to review cars that are more attainable. You know, I think anybody who has a good job can afford a car like this. Hopefully this video, you know, reaches a wider audience and exposes my channel to a few more folks that maybe haven't checked out a lot of the higher end content that we usually do. And I really appreciate you watching. Thanks so much. And we will catch you guys on the next one. And a real quick shout out to Michael one last time. This is our second review together. We had a lot of fun reviewing his Mustang Mach 1, and I had just equal time with him today. Thanks for watching, guys.